Immigration and Customs Enforcement could be sending a local man with a life-threatening health condition back to Mexico. Ryan Kennedy joins us live in the newsroom with this story. And Ryan, are his doctors worried about the move?
Yeah, they are, Kristen. His doctors say nobody with a condition like his should have their health care taken away. Now, David Chavez has lived in Reno since 1986, thinking he'd gained his U.S. citizenship. But because of what he calls a problem during the application process, he's now facing deportation, or as his doctors would call it, a death sentence.
¿Cómo se siente ahora, David? Mal.
On the outside, he doesn't look sick, but on the inside, David Chavez is facing a deadly illness.
Coming here every week, every other week, once a month, depending on how he's doing.
Chavez has Marfan syndrome, a condition that puts him at a high risk of having problems with his heart and the main artery inside the body.
If his blood gets too thin, then he can bleed or even bleed to death. If it's too thick, then he can throw a blood clot and die that way as well. So he's in a tenuous situation. Hace una semana y el número salió bien.
Doctors at the Community Health Alliance monitor his health very closely because of the severity of his sickness. But that could all change soon if ICE deports Chavez back to Mexico.
He got called by immigration on Monday. His 6 months probation is next week.
He and his doctors fear that if he has to move, he won't receive the treatment he needs.
He will probably die. He's not going to have access to this kind of health care.
He doesn't have any money, he doesn't have any resources, he doesn't have any help in Mexico to get the medication that he needs.
Okay, yeah.
His doctors have written letters to immigration asking that Chavez be granted stay for medical reasons. But for him, America has much more than just the health care he needs.
The best joy of a dad is to have his family together, and that's one of the most important things in his life, to have his family all together and him to provide for them.
And just a few weeks ago, David's doctors told him he needs yet another surgery, but the court could send him back to Mexico as early as this Friday. Covering the story live in the newsroom, Ryan Kennedy, Channel 2 News.